Hi guys, this video is on y-intercept in context. So let's recap what is the y-intercept first. So the y-intercept is the point where the line crosses the y-axis. And in the table, it is still that point, or we can also say the coordinate. But on a table, it's when x is equal to 0, because I can't see that y-axis. Alright, some words that we're looking at for in context. It's startup. We have fee, we have initial. Alright, so anything to do with it being at the beginning, remember that the y-intercept only happens once. Alright, so the graph shows the relationship between the remaining time of the movie and the amount of time since Kelly hit play. Before we go over what the y-intercept is, I just want us to fill out what this is counting by. Alright, so the y-intercept is where it hits the y-axis. So when I look, I'm looking only at the y-axis. And I'm looking where it crosses with our graph. So I see that our graph crosses right here. So that means the intercept is 1.8. Alright. So what does the y-intercept represent? So we always say 1.8 represents so first we're going to talk about what the y-axis is. So it represents the time remaining when the x-axis is 0. Alright, let's take a look at the next one. A saltwater solution is -4 degrees. During an experiment, the mixture is heated so that the temperature rises at a steady rate. So the y-intercept in a table is when I have x is equal to 0. So in this case, I have -4. So what does that mean? It means -4 degrees Celsius at 0 minutes. Where did I get that information from? So let's look. I see that degrees Celsius comes from my y, and at 0 minutes comes from my x. Alright, so we always want to make sure we're using our labeled x and y axis. Alright, from a word problem. Para wants to rent a tent for an outdoor celebration. The cost of the tent is $500 per hour plus a fee of $100. So which one of those is the y-intercept? Remember the y-intercept happens once. Slope reoccurs. So which one of these is our y-intercept? It is 100, and it represents the set up fee. Alright, let's look at the next one. Your cell phone bill costs $35 initially and then $2 per app purchase. Which one of these is the y-intercept? It's $35 and it represents the cost initially. And I'm just using words from the problem there. So cost initially. Setup fee. All right, we're going to be practicing with this more in class. As always, if you have any questions, type them in at the end of the video.